So we had to rebrand BHP Bulletin to BHP Bulletin Energy Coal South Africa, because BHP was in Australia, right? And they had to form the BHP Bulletin South Africa. So we rebranded that. And after that, I was in communication, produced a newsletter. Nandi, I tested that because she was in BHP. But then I had to move because BHP needed to open a project in Urgis, which is Klipspruit mine now, right? And it's because they knew I'm from there, they moved me as a communication specialist there. The first sword turning, I think I remember I did the first article and we actually had the Premier of Mpumalanga, the Minister of Mineral Resources, Minister of Mine that time, and everyone. It was huge in South Africa. News all over, the sword turning. And worked there, produced a newsletter, had many articles because I could talk to anybody, Pete Pompies, because I'll get articles and I'll edit articles to be on this newsletter of BHP Bulletin. Every operation and communication specialist, because it's huge, right? And I used to fly because I still have those newsletters because I had the most articles on those newsletters, right? Again, it's talking to witness who works underground, and talking to an engineer, young for whatever, who's going to give me stories and get me to edit, whatever. And fast forward everything, I had to, when Optimum Collieries was about to be sold, I was called to head office and they wanted me to move there to Optimum Collieries. And then we had to rebrand Optimum Coal Holdings now. On the one side, I was BHP Bulletin. On one side, I was Optimum Coal Holdings. The treat crane, before everything happened with Optimum was flourishing. It was the best, man. I wanted to show my counterparts now from BHP Bulletin that I can beat you. Nandi cannot test that. But we flew. We were producing. The employees were happy. We were like, and I would travel 3 times a week to Hendrina, twice a week to head office. Our head office was in Hyde Park, and I lived here then. And there's a very big board when you enter Optimum Coal Holdings. I don't know whether it's still there. You have entered the dragline country. I don't know whether you guys know what dragline is. Dragline.
I don't know. What is it?
Used to the coal in an open cast.
It's a machine that does what?
The coal in an open cast.
Okay.
Called a dragline. So I think they had 9. It was the only mine that had so many draglines in South Africa. And we had this big board. You have entered the dragline country. And to fast forward everything, I was head of communication there. And when they were about to sell Optimum to the guys that that left South Africa with a lot of mess. And
you guys know the guys she's talking about?
Sure. Time is it's about time now that I can.
It starts with a G, by the way. Don't say anything else.
I didn't say it. I needed to bow out, and I bowed out. I remember very well, I bowed out, and I had a lot of difficulties in my personal life then. And I bowed out, and I thought, yeah.
You bowed out of the mining industry?
From Optimum, yeah. And I wanted just to take a sabbatical because I needed just to get myself together. And now, when I say, Mom, they are good to learn really good. That's when I realized that, you know what? I need to go to Johannesburg. And, but things happened that my ex-director from BHP Bulletins became a CEO in Mozambique. And he actually ordered me to join them and be a head of communications and also do business development. And here we are, mining in Mozambique. I had to learn Portuguese. So I'm a fast learner in terms of languages. Ngiyakhuluma, ngiyathetha, ngiyabua, ngiyabukela. heaven. I can write it as well.
Really?
Yeah, I do, and so I had to learn Portuguese because the employees on the other side, they speak Portuguese, and I learned. Can you believe it? I learned and so on. But I think the investors didn't want to invest a lot on the other side. And fast forward, I was poached by this engineering company, which is very big. It builds most of 99.9% of all the coal plants in South Africa, and the platinum plants in South Africa. Now they're all over the world, and they thought I'm the right, and they were these white people, and they called me in just to chat to them. And I said, okay, send me an offer. And they said, no, they said, but when can you start? I said, but you haven't interviewed me, but you've got the job. We're heaven. I thought maybe it's my skin color, And to fast forward, and then I moved to Johannesburg. But then I realized this is when I brought in so much. I brought billions of rand, and I thought, when I actually tried to convince them, guys, I need shares as well. And look at how much revenue I'm bringing to you guys and so on. And they were like hesitant. Firstly, I was a woman. They don't have women in their executive. And above all, I'm this black woman. And it was like, they were not. And I thought, I needed to strategize now. These white youth, I need to do something. I need to make them a bit. And I said, guys, I'm going to leave you guys. They were like, no, we'll up your package and so on. I thought, they're still there. And I tried again, was using my strategies, and they still were hesitant. And I thought, And then I decided, no, I need to have my own. How long have I been working for? It's so nice to earn your own, right, guys? And to have your own. The pie is big. I was telling Alfie, the pie is big out there. It's just sometimes we as black people, we just want to hold everything. We don't want to share. As women in mining or women, we don't collaborate as women. Am I right? If I look at her, I just don't like her, or whatever. And the men capitalize on that. That's how I started playing golf here in Mpumalanga. And now in Joe's, I beat them in golf. I play even with the Lions team, which is a cricket team, and they single handicap, right? So I've realized, and I keep on telling this to all women and mentees, let's collaborate as women. Let's pull each other up as women. Don't push each other down, because these people, they capitalize on that. I've seen it in the boardrooms. The men go and play golf. They fight in the boardroom, but they play golf, they shake hands, they have a beer. You and I are still fighting. We don't talk to each other. No.
Yeah.
And they see us. They're very clever. They capitalize. You know what? It's cold out there. I remember it's very cold out there. As a woman on your own and as an executive, it's very cold. And then it's lonely because you can't speak to the men. They don't understand your feelings. We understand each other. And we're very strong. But because we don't collaborate, the men capitalize on us and then they rise. That's why the men are more within the mining industry, because we ladies don't pull each other and don't collaborate.